Our journey begins with gagaku, arguably the world's oldest orchestral music. Played in Japan's imperial court, it took its current form some 1,000 years ago. Picture scrolls depicting that time show nobility enjoying gagaku performances just like today's. Gagaku is still performed as part of imperial ceremonies, Shinto shrine rituals, and other ancient customs. It uses 8 main types of instruments. 3 are woodwinds. The sho has 17 thin bamboo pipes tuned pentatonically. Its rich overtones have been called the sound of heaven. The 2 other woodwinds play the melody. The hichiriki is an end-blown flute that can slide smoothly between tones. Its sound is said to represent the voice of earthbound souls. The ryuteki is a transverse flute representing dragons, which in legend can move freely between heaven and earth. There are also 3 percussion instruments. Gagaku does not have a conductor, so the kakko drum sets the tempo. Finally, there are the strings, the biwa and the koto. They play rhythms rather than melodies.
This is the music of Japan's ancient religious rituals. Originally, it came from the Korean peninsula and China, from the mainland. That was skillfully indigenized to create what we call gagaku. The instruments also came from Chinese or Korean sources, but originally there were many more varieties. Only those which suited Japan's taste in music were retained. In Western music, rhythm and melody are paramount, but in Japanese music, the emphasis is not on a steady beat or on measure length. Rather, sounds from nature, like the wind or rushing water, are emphasized. Japanese music aims to emulate these sounds in musical form.
When power passed from the gagaku-loving aristocracy to the samurai class, the music of No theatre arose. Some call No the world's oldest living performing art form. Allegories about the human condition are acted out on a stage with minimal decoration. The musical accompaniment is provided by the Jiuta chorus and an ensemble of musicians called the Hayashi.
No plays have a plot, but also express emotional states, evoke scenes. The music is essential to that. The no-kan flute and the o-tsuzumi, kotsuzumi, and taiko drums, those four instruments. So let's listen to Ryuichi Onodera playing the no-kan.
Next, Munehisa Tokuda will perform on the taiko drum.
What's this all about? The yo and the ho and all of that?
First, it has value simply as music. Also, it synchronizes with the other Hayashi and the other performers. It signals the timing and changes in tempo. For example, if I enunciate ha, ya emphatically as ha, ya, it means let's change.
No music uses the taiko and smaller drums called the o-tsuzumi and kotsuzumi. The o-tsuzumi is dried over a fire before playing to achieve a crisper sound. The kotsuzumi drum, by contrast, is moistened before playing for a softer, deeper, resonating sound. The contrasting sounds, along with whoops and cries by the drummers, help to generate the atmosphere of no plays. A hallmark of no music is that despite the simplicity of the instruments, it expresses a deep range of human emotion. Here's a scene where a woman has been deceived by a false lover. Listen to the music as she approaches the bell that symbolizes her bitterness.
That distinctive and intentional use of pauses and breathing, sometimes in perfect sync, sometimes slightly offset. That's the essence of No.
The koto, one of the instruments used in gagaku, boasts a long history. During the Edo period, it was typically a melodic instrument, and daughters of samurai households learned to play it. Today, it is one of the best-known traditional instruments of Japan. More than 100 students attend classes here.
Its 13 strings allow for a range of expression. The koto has a wonderful sound that touches people's hearts. I love it.
The first key point is a posture that makes it easier to pluck the strings. Next, the player wears special picks on the middle finger, index finger, and thumb.
Use the thumb on your right hand to make the sound. You want the thumb to be about 2 centimeters from the bridge. Not straight, but tilted slightly. It should be extended, not curled in. Now your other 3 fingers should rest on the strings. Your thumb will pluck the string to sound it. Good. That's the sound we want.
The start of the Edo period brought peace after over a century of civil war. It was then that playing of the shamisen spread among the common people. The shamisen came to Japan in the late 16th century, where it was modified to suit Japanese sensibilities.
Short folk compositions called kouta or hauta, which usually last about 1 to 3 minutes. People love to hear these kinds of songs played on the shamisen. The instrument also became used as part of the musical accompaniment to kabuki. It developed to be an instrument with a very bright, festive sound. The shamisen couldn't be more different from the austere sound of No music. It has a ringing tone that carries really far. Ideally, it should sound strong and boisterous. That goal guided the development of this bachi. The shamisen is a percussion instrument too. The player bangs on the skin. But of course, it's also a stringed instrument. In that sense, the shamisen has a dual nature. Because of its repertoire, the shamisen made it possible to play music that expressed the setting and emotion of songs and stories. It can accompany a song, or it can play a melody on its own. It fostered the development of a style of music that really brought the sound, the vocals, and that of the instrument together. As I said, the sounds of wind, water, insects are things that Japanese people hear as music. Just hearing a tune with a rhythm doesn't really leave us satisfied. We want the more discordant tones of nature. So our instruments are designed to create an aharmonic buzz called sawari.